I'm Jackson Pearce, and so my other video. Wow, did not expect that. Just did not expect it to be, on The Advocate and MSNBC and all of these really amazing sites. But it's cool, it's great even, and I really appreciate those of you that have shared it and watched it and commented on it and all that good stuff. I wanted to clarify though a few points on what this issue is really about and moreover what it is not about. First off, this is not about chicken. There are a lot of comments that are like, it's just a chicken sandwich, chill out. Just go to KFC, it's better anyway. This is not about chicken. See, typically we don't really know or care where our money goes when we buy a product. The Aunt Kathy has changed all that. Now you know and can't deny the fact that if you purchase food at Chick-fil-A, you are supporting organizations that actively try to deny gay Americans the rights afforded to the rest of us. This is an issue much, much bigger than chicken. Secondly, this is not about free speech. Aunt Kathy has the right to say whatever he wants. But freedom of speech does not mean freedom from judgment. He said that he is not ashamed to give money to organizations that are anti-gay. And I said that I think he's a jerk and I'm not going to give him any more money because of it. At no point did I or anyone else say that he doesn't have the right to speak his mind. He totally does. Are we clear on that? Because that was a lot of the comments in the last video and I just want to make sure we're good, okay? Let's move on. Third, this is not about the Bible. A lot of people said that I got the Bible wrong in my previous video, and a lot of other people said that I nailed it. I totally stand by what I said, but it really doesn't matter. The legality of gay marriage should have zero to do with the Bible. The First Amendment to our Constitution says that Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion. If we throw out the religious aspect of this debate, which constitutionally we must do, it becomes a really simple question. Are we all equal? Fourth, this is not about you. Probably not anyway, because gay people only make up about 2% of the population, so odds are you're not gay. The odds are this really doesn't affect you because you always have been and always will be able to marry the person that you love. But remember this, if you're a woman, if you're a person of color, if you're a person who is disabled, if you're a person who is unemployed, if you're a person who is impoverished, if you're a Christian, then at some point, and maybe still, you were the minority. You were treated unfairly because of it. You were persecuted. People like you were killed and beaten and hated, not because of anything you specifically did, but just because of your minority status. So while this particular issue may not be about you exactly, you're in a position of great power over it because you're not the minority. But remember what it was like when you and people like you were one? Is that how you want to treat others? Is that how you want to be treated should the tides change and suddenly you find yourself in the minority again? This issue is about people. People who are currently treated like second-class citizens. People who can be denied access to their loved one's deathbed. Who can be fired simply for being gay. Who can't get married to the person they love and who have their marriage license granted and then revoked as soon as the political climate shifts. We wonder how anybody could think it acceptable to set fire to someone's home or viciously beat a teenage boy or carve words into a woman's skin. They think it's acceptable because at the national level, we are telling them that when someone is gay, that person is less than. That person isn't worthy. Even if you're not participating in these violent crimes, if you are anti-gay marriage, then you are part of the machine that creates them. People are gonna get really mad about that in the comments because it's not a pretty thing to hear, but you know what? It's not supposed to be. Sometimes I see photos of people in like the 40s and 50s that are protesting interracial marriage, and they've got the big signs, often with the Bible passages on them that they're marching around with. I see those photos and I wonder how those people explain themselves to their grandchildren. How do they look at the next generation and say, I fought against what we now know is right. I tried to stop equality. I tried to keep two people in love apart for no reason other than my own bigotry. When I am old, I want to be able to look at the next generation and say that I always stood on the side of equality. That I protested, both with my vote and with my wallet, those who tried to prevent everybody from being treated fairly. What will you tell them? Anyhow, thank you so much for your support on the last video. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do. I put out new videos about once a week, and they are actually not all about Chick-fil-A. So I would really appreciate that, and thanks for watching. I hope I will see you at Chick-fil-A on Wednesday with the water.